everybody! I'm on the other side! What is this madness? Sorry, I'm a little loopy right now. Yes, we are back, and Megan is here to actually give her input upon a film. And yes, it is Sunday Funday, and we're talking about the movie that was the #1 movie this weekend. Because I'm pretty sure How to Be a Latin Lover is probably going to be #1. But, don't care. I don't care about romantic comedies. I'm going to see the new movie starring Tom Hanks, who's getting top billed over Emma Watson for some reason.
Yeah. Well, he's a more established, well-known actor.
That's a newer crowd nowadays. They think of the fucking Harry Potter franchise, so Emma Watson. She's a fine actress, I don't care. Oh yeah, I'm just giving her shit. But yeah, yes, we saw The Circle, which is pretty much them
Not
talking
Circle
about...
of Life.
Yeah. Instead, they're talking about pretty much Google. In all essence, this is just a movie
Or Facebook.
talking about more Google than anything, because there is Google Plus.
Yeah.
But this is really just a movie like, Google's evils! As you can tell, I didn't like this. I didn't like it at all. Long and short of it, movie sucked ass. I was not looking forward to this, and it somehow was like, hey, your expectations, they're not low enough. But what about you? What did you think of this schlock?
Why not you went into low expectations? I was kind of curious, like, okay, what's going on in this movie? Yeah.
It didn't get any better.
Yeah, oh my god, it took forever and a day to start up. Didn't help the late start to it.
Yeah, for some odd reason our theater's like, it starts at 1:50. It started at 2:10. I know 20 minutes doesn't sound like much show. Actually, it probably started about 2:15 or so.
Actually, when it finally started up and everything, like when they were doing the logos and everything at the beginning, it's like I looked at my watch, it was about 2:30 on my watch.
Jesus, movie. Seriously, why are we sitting around for 40 minutes or thumb up our asses? I don't know. So, that didn't help anything.
Yeah, because we had to see the same commercials over and over again.
Yeah, that's a whole other spiel to deal with one day. Yeah, the movie eventually starts. First off, I do want to touch on one thing. John Boyega is in this movie, but if you were wanting to go see this because, John Boyega, he is in this movie for about 10 minutes. Like, I think Megan and me have more screen time in this movie than he does. It's like, why are y'all making a big deal that he's in this? He's barely there.
Yeah, he's just mostly there, just in the background, just kind of chilling, just hanging out.
Looking like John Boyega. Like he's wanting to go fight some aliens. Maybe wants to give Ray her lightsaber, I don't know. Mentioned 2 John Boyega movies there.
Looks like Emma Watson dazzled by another bunch of books.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like this one scene, like they walk into like a little mini library thing, and she just saw doe-eyed and surprised by it, and it's like...
Yeah, her friend who had worked at the company before her, and it was actually kind of recommending her for the job, like, let her into Tom Hanks's office, which is like a little library study thing. Yeah. With all these like first edition books. She's like, looking around impressed, like, that woman is really easily impressed by books. I mean, you got Hermione, you got Belle especially, and now...
Yeah, that's probably the way you can get an Emma Watson in bed real nice. Like, hey, honey, Robinson Crusoe, first edition. What you thinking?
I don't give her flowers for anniversary.
Books. Just give that woman some books. Hey, at least it means she's very studious or anything. But those who are wondering about the plot of this movie, if you've seen trailers, you've seen this movie in all essence. It's about Emma Watson, a young lady. Her name is May.
M-A-E.
Yeah, because we have to have misspellings of weird names. I know it technically can be a way it's spelled.
Yeah, May Whitman.
But damn, does it bother me the whole time.
It bugs me, too. Yeah, I was like, the whole time they were saying her name, was like, okay, is it May, M-A-Y, like the month? Or is it M-A-E?
Yeah, it's
like,
M-A-E.
Like May Whitman. And then they showed her thing up on screen at one point. It's like,
her name is May, M-A-E.
Like,
it's sort of like spell Megan with an H. It bothers me no end.
Oh, with an extra A.
Megan, It's like
Many different ways to spell my name, only one really correct way.
Yeah, she, like Megan already explained, there was a friend that she has who's Scottish for some reason, and she's really good friends with her. She's known her since high school, and it doesn't make any sense.
They don't really explain like how they know each other, just they're friends, and it's like, oh, my company we're going to be hiring about 100 people, and it's like no reason why you can't be one of them. You just got to kill the interview, and
yeah, and it's a kind of awkward interview. It's supposed to be Google. Like, anybody who questions what is this supposed to be, it is just Google. And all shorthand, it's fucking Google. And boy, is it on the nose. It's like, its symbolism is totally not lost on me. But she gets a job.
You were comparing it to Facebook earlier.
Do what?
You were comparing it to Facebook earlier.
There's certain little aspects that can be compared to Facebook. Like, there's certain little things here and there, especially when it comes to anything dealing with like the FaceTiming, or not FaceTiming, Facebook Live stuff that people know about, and it's kind of got a little infamous lately. People keep murdering each other on it. It's
or like beating the shit out of each other and filming it and live streaming it. It's like,
yes,
it's like the fuck is wrong with you people?
Plenty.
No, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that, but mostly this is an attack on Google. The point of the movie is it's supposed to be asking, what is the limit? How far can we go with our technology? How far should we be willing to go? That is an admirable idea if that is the message it wants to go. But there are so many other movies like this. Transcendence, which is a giant pile of turds. This thing. It's an even bigger pile of turds somehow.
From when you were telling me about it on the way back over here, when you were telling me about it, it's like, okay, it sounds dumb, but this is like somehow even worse.
Yeah. This is a movie that it wants to be this message of how far should we take our technology? How far should we allow our lives to be streamed and our privacy be allowed to be manipulated and twisted and contorted? That is an admirable idea of a film. It doesn't get anywhere close to that idea or go anywhere into that. Instead, it, like, halfway through this movie, and mind you, I couldn't figure out when the fuck the plot finally decided to start moving. Like, it really doesn't move till maybe 30, 40 minutes in.
I would say 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is a slow burn of a film. If you do not like slow burn dramas, you're gonna hang yourself by the time you're done with this.
Yeah, I think I already says, like, it takes forever a day to start up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like introducing us to Emma Watson, her like dead-end job, and then
get to introduce to her father, played by the late Bill Paxton. He does a really good job.
Playing in
but he's in it for like 5 minutes.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah, though he does a good job what little time he's in playing an MS patient.
Yeah.
It's like
and her mother, I know this young lady, she's not a young lady, unfortunately, sorry. I know her, I just cannot place her. And I've seen her going, I know this woman, I just don't know her.
She's been in a number of things. She was like on an episode of SVU, and I want to say she was in Getting Even with Dad with Ted Danson and Macaulay Culkin. I want to say it's been ages since I've seen that. But
I don't.
Yeah, Glenn Healy or Helly or something like that.
Yeah. But
or Glenda, something like that. You know.
Yeah, you get introduced to them fairly decently on, and then you get the best person ever. Her boyfriend, or not boyfriend, but it's a guy like she sort of likes, but he's a friend. And
this guy who is a friend, like been her best friend since they were kids, apparently. And it's like you kind of get the sense like he wants to be more. Yeah,
but she really just doesn't want to, but not only that, but he's like this, like offended by anything she says that deals with the slightest bit of technology. Sorry, Megan's a little sick, so she's gonna be coughing throughout the review. Sorry, y'all.
I'm not sick. Allergies are kicking my ass.
That's a sickness in and of itself. But yes, I cannot remember this guy's name. It's like Negan or something. I know that's from Walking Dead. Meager.
Mercer?
Yeah, Mercer. I don't know why I called him Mercer. It's a weird name. Because I want to say it's also the name of like a mercenary group in the Call of Duty games. But no, he is like Like, at one point, she calls him up because she's needing help with her car because her car breaks down. And she's like, oh, just
very
kind
beginning of the film.
Yeah, they're just kind of talking. She's like, oh, I could text you. And think, well, why you got to text me? Can't you tell me now?
No, he's like, well...
Just wait till she gets home, a-hole.
Yeah, he's like...
Keep your panties on.
I don't think he was quite that dickish, but...
Oh, he was. He was a massive dickhead.
He's like, well, it's like, you just tell me right now since we're both here. Yeah, he's very much, like, kind of off the grid.
He's a Luddite, in all essence.
Almost.
No, if you saw his house, like, he has, like...
Yeah, he lives
it looks
like
everything runs by crank.
I would say, lives in this cabin in the woods, makes these antler chandeliers, and...
he makes wood carvings. Really.
Yeah.
He does a lot of different stuff, because he says he does woodwork.
Yeah, the thing is, like, she, like, shares a picture of one of his chandeliers that he made for her parents. And it's like, oh, look what my friend Mercer did. And then he's, like, getting all these death threats, people calling him deer killer.
I know people are insane on the internet. Hey-oh! I know people are just batshit crazy and they do weird stuff, but holy balls, I don't think there's that many people that give a flying fart.
I do, but...
Well, what I mean is that many people who would care that they're going to send a death threat to somebody simply because they see something that is their work of art. First off, somebody who is willing to use all the parts of a deer at that point, and mind you, it's wood, actually. But if you had somebody who used all the parts of an animal, because maybe he's a hunter, like maybe he actually did use all of the animal, ate it and everything.
Well, the problem is, like, how many antlers were used in these things, and...
How many times was he hungry? What if he's a guy who does not go to the store? Because this is a son of a bitch who bitches and moans because y'all are invading my hiking trails. Fuck you!
Like secret little hiking spots.
I hate this guy. He's the worst thing in this movie, next to Emma Watson. That's the other
character.
problem. May is the worst human in the entire world, next to Mercer. Mercer is pretty much Adolf Hitler who does not believe in any kind of technology, because he is so offended by any bit of technology. That's the reason why I call him a Luddite, because... like, he hates the fact that you're on my hiking trail. Screw you! It's everybody's trails, you frickin' beatnik.
Well, it's just...
Screw you and the horse you rode in on. Actually, I hope the horse screws you.
But, yeah, he has little secret hiking spots that he wants to stay secret so not everybody's, like, hiking them and, like, have them, like, all to himself.
But that's the thing. That is such an egotistical problem. It's like, alright, you're trying to sit here and trying to be like, oh, he's in nature, or in one with nature, and then that's all it is. But he's so fucking, I want it only for me. He's all about me, me, me. And also, May's mom is totally fucking him at one point, I'm pretty sure. Not like actually like you see it, but like she's like, he came over last night. Huh? That got a little weird. That was a random thing to mention to the girl who might or might not like him. And it's like, wow, Mom, you're fucking him, aren't you? No. Yeah, they're totally boning. They're boning something major.
Anyway, get back to the antler chandeliers real quick. Yeah, I was like, one thing that bugged me is like, okay, how hard would it have been for her to get on the internet and say, like, okay, these antlers that he's making are made of wood. It's like, how hard would that have been? I mean, at that point, he's not a deer killer, he's a tree killer, but...
Yeah, still. And they still probably would have... I don't know.
I know still some people would have crucified him still, but...
That's...
like, how hard would it have been to clarify that?
Well, May's an idiot throughout this movie, through and through. Like, she shows absolutely no intelligence throughout this film. Like, in fact, she shows a massive bereftness of it. It's kind of startling how stupid the character is. I mean, like I said, beyond just that, I mean, she shows little regard towards anybody except for herself. Eventually, later on, where the movie, it feels like the plot finally moves forward and starts going somewhere. like, she supposedly is like, a little uncertain about the fact they're kind of like, well, we would like to know about your scores and this and this. And her bullshit about, pretty much they want her to be more social with their circle group. Literally, circle jerk. I cannot believe they made that stupid of a joke. I'm like, wow, y'all went there. That was stupid. Yeah, that's what it's all pretty much about. It's them circle jerking each other. Which is why the socialness.
But, yeah, it's a few weeks after she's been working there, and a couple people approach her saying, it's like, oh, we know.
Oh, no, that was her first week after she was working. They made a big deal about, well, you went home with your family?
It's like, we noticed, you haven't been attending a lot of events, and yes, they are, optional, but we like to try and encourage people to be more social and try and build them up and give them self-confidence, and someone's like, well, we know you haven't filled out your social profile, and that makes you mysterious, and so everyone wants to get to know you, and I'm not done.
Oh, I was just going to say, to best describe these people, if y'all have ever seen Operation Overdrive, RPM with Power Rangers, Jen and Gemma. That is who these two people are. They're that chipper and insane.
They almost reminded me more of, like, the two people from Knocked Up. It's like, well, we can't actually ask you to lose weight, but maybe, like, try and get healthier.
You mean the pilot from Firefly?
Yeah, Alan Tudyk and
fuck her face. The lady who I hope
Kirsten
Wiig.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig.
5 seconds I can put up with her, and I'm not sitting there going, I want to punch her. I want to punch her in her face. I want to punch her till her face is in my dish.
Like, those two actually reminded me of, like, Alan Tudyk and Kristen Wiig from Knocked Up, but like I said, a bit more.
More Jen and Gemma from RPM, like I said.
Well, I've never seen that stuff.
Well, I'll show it to you. They are easily one of the best and worst parts of RPM. Because they are always chipper, always happy, and everything. And you're like, oh my god, I want to kill you and I want to hug you at the same time.
Yeah, they're talking about, like, linking, like, all her social accounts and all her, like, work stuff to this one social account they have for her that she hasn't filled out yet. And they, like, make a big deal about her going through, like, this health exam and getting a little bracelet that monitors her every move.
She gets an eye thingy. I watch.
Yeah,
I have to watch.
Yeah, like one of those things that tracks, like, your every movement, like how many steps you're walking and your
how big your shits are. I only would want that for that. I just want to know how big are my dumps. It's like, am I literally losing 10 pounds in every dump? This is the things that keep me up at night, people. Y'all wanted to come into this. This is what y'all get to put up with. But, eventually, like I said, I'm sorry to step on you, but...
Yeah, I was just about to say, and then it's like, that's when the movie really gets started.
Oh, it doesn't get started then, because the plot's still going, where am I? I don't know where I am. Because it doesn't truly feel like it gets started till... Because the whole time, May is, at best, surprised by this technology, maybe a little turned off at first, but then she, like, wholly embraces it within her.
Yeah, she's reluctant at first, like, okay, why are y'all up in my business?
Yeah, until, like, they save her from this... Because they make a big deal about her being a kayaker. Dear God, they couldn't have taught Emma Watson how to kayak for 5 seconds. Like, she is the ugliest looking kayaker ever. I think a paraplegic could do better. That has no control of their arms. It's like... It's like, what is she doing? It's a fluid motion. Come on. I don't know. I'm nitpicking there, but it was one of them weird things. Every time I saw her, I'm like, stop rowing like that. It's weird.
It's like the middle of the night, and
she almost kills herself because she gets hit by a plot device.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell it was. And what, I mean, you talk about pitch black. We're sitting there going, and I think I leaned over and went, what the fuck was that? Yeah.
It's just like she's having trouble dealing with some stuff, so she kind of, like, steals this little... Sorry.
She has trouble because Mercer's a dickhead to her. Like, literally, he goes to her work and screams at her. Because, people were giving me death threats.
Yeah, he makes this big deal, right?
Curious question.
Okay.
I'm sorry to touch upon this and interrupt you. How are they giving him death threats?
Well,
He doesn't have an email.
Well, apparently he does like have some kind of like email or social media.
No,
Or
he doesn't. He always
like,
states that he doesn't. He's completely off the grid.
Well, because he even said at one point, it's like, okay, I was working. I was like, I wasn't even online, but I was working, and then I, check my email or I get online or something, and I have all these death threats. That's what he said.
But he said beforehand he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't even worry about that. So how? And not only that, but they make a big deal later on in the movie, like tracking down people who are off the grid and everything. How the fuck do you find him? It's like, if he doesn't have this shit, how?
Well, also, I want to know, like, okay, if he was at his little mountain cabin thing that he apparently lives at.
It goes and murders humans.
Yeah, it's like, if he was there the whole time, why couldn't Emma Watson have found him? Why did she have to use this app?
It's a whole other thing I'll get into. But yeah, like, they make a big deal about trying to find him at one point. It's as stupid as you would think it is.
But, yeah.
Yeah, the movie doesn't start till finally Emma Watson proposes the most ludicrously stupid thing I've heard ever. And that is, they are going to... She says, why don't we make it to where people have to register... For them to register to vote, they have to get one of our accounts. And all this, I mean, it is stuff you're like, wow, this sounds like something I'd hear from Bashar al-Assad or from Kim Jong-un. I would expect to hear this from Vladimir Putin. I mean, you expect this to come out of the mouth of a dictator. Instead, it's coming out of supposedly the main character we're supposed to root for. It destroys any chance to care about her. Any chance to want to give two flying fucks about her. Because she is showing just right in your face, I don't care about your privacy. You must be one unto me. And I was like, okay, well, maybe they're trying to give her an out eventually, like some way that, like, there's ample evidence that this is a good idea. There's ample evidence in life that shows this is a bad idea. But then, where the movie decides to go, hey, how hard can I veer into a brick wall of stupidity? I could do it at 5,000 miles an hour. Because they decide she is all gung-ho about this new thing. It's called Soul Search. Is all I can say. And it's to find people who are off the grid. She's
like fugitives.
Yeah. No, she specifically says meant for people off the grid. We can use it for fugitives is the first thing she says that they do. And they use it for...
It's not necessarily people that are off the grid.
It is meant for people.
People that are not...
It is for people off the grid. Because that is actually the thing she even first mentioned. She said...
People that are not part of, like, the circle, is what I'm saying. Not part of that community.
And it is to get people who are off the grid as well, to get them to join the circle. That's the idea behind it. It is aggressive, like, pretty much social media rape in a lot of ways. Because, like, hey, be part of our media thing. Join Facebook, join Google+, join YouTube. All this, like,
or
wow.
TrueView, as it's called in the movie.
Yeah, and it's unnecessarily aggressive. And she has no problem with it. That's the thing. She's fine. Until they come up with, like, we need to find somebody who's off the grid. How about we find a regular civilian that's off the grid? Like, she's fine with saying all this bunch of obviously scary bullshit. Until it has to deal with Mercer. Until they say, well, let's find Mercer. And that's when people originally...
I have a question. Why are you yelling?
Because this is aggravating. Here. This is stupid. This is what destroys this movie completely. It doesn't get its message it's trying to send. You can't have a plot that is so abundantly stupid, that is so overwhelming with how little it understands social media, how little it understands humans, how little it understands anything, and then sit there and try and say, this is a good thing, and then expect us to care about the main character. That's the worst thing, is I couldn't follow or give a shit about this main character thanks to the fact that she decided, I am fine with this unless it interrupts a little bit of my life. Sure, that's usually how most people do deal with things. I will give them that much. They finally found a human trait in her. But you don't care about her. you're sitting there going, you know what? Because these people are like aggressive paparazziing this guy.
Yeah.
And not only that, they aggressive paparazzi this woman
who's a fugitive.
Yeah, fugitive of the law because she had been convicted of starving her 3 children.
Yeah, she locked him in a closet and then went on vacation. They starved to death. Which,
again, that's not even getting into the implications of possibly them going after people who haven't even been convicted of a crime.
Yeah.
This guy is suspected of rape. Let's murder him. Wait. Can we at least let him have a trial? I mean, I know that is touching on something that I personally have issues with, and that is pretty much it's holding a court of public opinion and calling someone guilty without them actually going
before all the facts are in.
Yeah, without letting them even go before an actual judge.
Yeah.
We're letting people themselves decide upon it. No offense to everybody. I shouldn't decide. Y'all shouldn't decide. A judge and hopefully a jury of their peers should be the ones to decide. It's not for us. That's a personal opinion. I'm happy if y'all wish to try and think that you should crucify people just because you want to. Sorry, it's a little insane. But, yeah, like eventually they track down Mercer because he's, like I say, he's a Luddite, and they paparazzi the shit out of him.
Yeah, like chase him down. He's like trying to get away from them in his truck.
And there was a weird plot device, or a weird plot hole. Like, he has cameras in his truck that are supposed to be these new cameras they have that can be stuck anywhere. I guess they have that gooey shit that you would, that the balls whenever you were a kid that you'd throw at a window to see them stick and slide down. It's the only thing I could think of and make them stick. I'm like, how the fuck do those things stick?
I don't know. Like, I just kind of assumed that, the people who were, like, stalking him, like, put it in his truck.
How did he not notice? It's like, they're like, these are discreet. They're actually kind of decent size. They're like that size. They're about a little bigger than a Reese's peanut butter cup. And I want a Reese's peanut butter cup so bad.
Well, it doesn't help we're hungry.
Yeah, I've had movie nachos, so I've had cheese with some chips. But, yeah, they have cameras in his truck because plot. Yeah. And also, not only that, but they decided to throw out that these cameras can talk through.
But it has speakers in them.
Yeah, it's like, wait, oh, hold on, what? But either way, he's all freaked out, and then he hits a plot device and gets killed. And Emma Watson's like, oh, God, the guy who yells at me for no fucking good reason is dead. Wait, why are you friends with him again? I never understood their friendship or closeness. He just came off as such a prick. It was one of those like, yes! Yeah. Kill him! Kill the son of a bitch.
He's like hardly in the movie, and it's like, okay, it's like, seriously, y'all are friends?
And not only that, the only times he's in it, he's being a dick to Emma Watson the whole time.
Yeah, he's like bitching about technology and her like joining up this tech company.
Because how dare she gets a job and, doesn't want to live with him and be off the grid. We'll eat pine cones and wipe our asses with poison oak. It'll be awesome. Fuck you, dude. I see his truck decided to fuck him instead. Hey-oh.
But, yeah. It ends, the truck scene, it ends just about as tragically as you'd figure.
Hilariously. It's like, CGI truck fell off the bridge.
You're so wrong.
It is so funny. Because he's such an asshole. That is the biggest problem right there with killing this character. We're supposed to feel, oh God, they murdered a guy who really has not been a nice guy to her.
Well, we're supposed to feel bad for Emma Watson. She has lost one of her best friends.
But that's the thing. That is showing how bad this movie's written. If it's destroying us caring about a person dying, instead we're actually supposed to be more worried about what the effect it's having on her, it's losing something there. It's showing how little it values that character.
And speaking of friends, I was going to bring up her friend Annie.
Oh, who just kind of pops up and is a thing.
Yeah, she crops up every now and then. Like, she's encouraging Emma Watson to join the company, and I think be more social with the company.
Yeah, keep growing, keep going up and up and up and up, and then whenever she gets up and up and up and up, Annie's all,
yeah, Annie becomes like this little jealous bitch. Like, after going kayaking and, you know, losing her life and these cameras that Tom Hanks has thought up, you know, one of these cameras, like, saving her life.
Supposedly.
Yeah. But after having her life saved, she goes up on stage with Tom Hanks, and it's like, well, we get a Steve Jobs vibe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Steve Jobs. A little Steve Jobs, a little bit of Mark Zuckerberg here and there. And I don't know who CEO of Google is.
But, yeah, she goes up on stage with him and tells her story, and it's like, you know what? Secrets are lies, and we need to be more open, be more transparent about everything.
So she offers to make herself be live streamed almost 24/7.
Yeah. From the time she wakes up till the time she goes to bed.
Now, see, here's the thing. They could have done something very interesting with that. They could have touched upon the effect that a lot of YouTube vloggers, they're the actual daily vloggers, not like me, no offense, I'm a weekly vlogger at best,
or
touch upon, and that is the stress of you having to open your life to them. Yeah. You're having to introduce them to every little bit. I mean, they kind of sort of touch upon it with her parents, but May seems so ambivalent to it all.
Yeah.
That's a big problem throughout this. Like, Emma Watson does a okay job, but it's nothing you're going to give a shit about. Like, you're going to forget about any bit of acting she does because of how little motivations are given well. Yeah, the writing it's piss poor.
And it's like, Emma Watson's acting is good, just the writing, like what she's being given to work with, it's just...
There's nothing there. There's no substance. And not only that, but it misses its mark. It's a movie that doesn't understand what it wants to do. Especially whenever we're going to have to touch upon it eventually, the fucking end.
But, yeah, where I was going with Annie is, yeah, May, you know, gets up on stage and tells her story, and Annie's like watching her, it's like, she's a natural, like getting all jealous. And then the next time we see her, she looks like shit because she's like been run ragged because she dared to question
one of the COO's things.
Patton Oswalt dared to question him about something dealing with one of their products or services, and he's like running her ragged, and she looks like shit. And then the next time we see her after that, she's like quit her job, moved back to Scotland, and revealed that she nearly like OD'd on something.
Also, she says, I can't eat wheat. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, she nearly
that's random.
Yeah, she nearly OD'd on speed and sushi or Soylent. And come to find out she's allergic to wheat. Yeah. It's like, this character has no fucking point other than be a jealous bitch and look like shit. And I mean, the only point
she's a plot device.
I would say the only point she really has is to get Emma Watson the job.
If you really realize, sorry, that made my brain go, what? If you realize, and again, it's a sign of how poorly written this whole thing is, nobody's a character. Nobody is a human. Everybody is a plot device to further the story or push the movie forward. Mercer, he's just a plot device.
John Boyega's character.
Yeah, John Boyega, when he's in it, he's supposed to be this guy who helped to pretty much found the circle, but then they get a little vague and they say he didn't. It's really confusing trying to figure out his fucking backstory.
Well, the thing is, he founded this thing called True You, and from there, the circle just kind of took it and ran with it. Sorry.
Yeah, he's just a plot device to give May faux, like, good ideas or anything like that. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, what is his purpose here? Tom Hanks is simply there to be a villain. Patton Oswalt is there simply to be a villain. Fucking Bill Paxton even, he's just there to give Emma Watson a sympathetic leaning. Give her something that, give her a way that they can exploit her.
Yeah.
Hell, Annie, she's just a fucking plot device just to get her the job at Austin's.
Yeah, May's parents both are just there. It's like, well, honey, it's like we're not sure that you know what you've gotten yourself into. You know, we need our privacy, and we're worried about you. And stuff. And it's like, I was like, nobody really serves any purpose.
Yeah, it's just plot devices supposed to be centered around this main character, May, who is a really terrible main character. She's one of the worst. I mean, I'm trying to think of main characters that are worse than May, and damn, I really can't think of many. Hell, I can't think of any right now except for maybe Tula's daughter from My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, who's the biggest bitch in the world. Who, it's like, God, Tula, can you just slug her in the face? Slug her really hard. Like,
yeah, it's like constantly bitching and moaning about the fact that her family's like all up in her business all the time. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, a lot of people have that problem, but he's like, ugh.
She's not like Tula, who was embarrassed by, you know, little...
She's being bratty about it.
Yeah, she was just bitch about it the whole time. You're like, I hope you die in a car crash.
It's like, oh, I'm just so tired of this family. You just jump off a cliff then.
But she constantly is, you know, needing their opinions about this or that, and everything's
help
like,
with this or that.
It's like, what? You're destroying any point to where I should care about this character.
Yeah. I was like, forget about her. Just focus on Tula and Ian.
That storyline died in 5 seconds. It was finished. Like, all right, done. Thanks. Oh, but
yeah, getting back to this movie.
Yeah, the final scene of the movie, and this is the thing I know a lot of people have been bitching about. Like, I did see some people was like, that ending, magic jump cut. Sorry, Cameron just died again.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he gave us a little something funny. You're like, you might catch me at the end. I might do this, and then you'll have this cut. Sorry. Yeah, the end of this movie finally comes around shortly after Mercer dies and May is pouting and all that sense.
Yeah, she's, you know, takes a few days off from work to grieve and...
About the asshole that she killed. It's like you killed a rapist, lady. Don't be sad.
I wouldn't quite him that bad, but yeah, he was a dick.
Yeah.
Hard to care about him.
Yeah, so everyone was like...
Yeah, it's like, I kind of cared about him only for Emma Watson's sake. He's like, oh, he just lost your friend, and like, you're indirectly responsible for it.
It's like she lost an abusive husband. In all essence. It's like, oh, I was married to this really abusive asshole, but now he's dead. How'd he die? I inadvertently killed him. Why are you sad? Why are you sad about it? Yeah, she talks with John Boyega about something, and he makes a big deal. It's like, oh, all this stuff is here. It's all this shit. It's gonna just like bring down the whole thing.
Yeah, he was talking about like, oh, I did some digging like you asked me to, and it's like I found all this stuff, and it's gonna change everything.
Yeah, and then the ending happens where pretty much she says, well, we're gonna open up everybody, and she opens up Patton Oswalt and Tom Hanks.
Makes them transparent as well.
Yeah. And, like, Tom Hanks goes to Patton Oswalt, we are so fucked. Okay, all right. We're going to have an explanation why. You know, maybe this is them trying to give themselves presidency or, you know, some kind of power or anything like that. Because beforehand I thought, it was like, all right, maybe they're just kind of, like, benevolently stupid. You know, they believe that they need to get all this information just for the greater good, in all essence.
Yeah.
Similar to Google.
Yeah, I keep making a big deal about, you know, no secrets. You know, every little bit of information made public, and every move that government officials make needs to be
said, heard, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And they make it like it's a bad thing that Tom Hanks and Patton Oswalt's stuff is leaked. But we don't know why. It's like, okay, did they do something shady?
Yeah, it's kind of hinted that they have some dirty little secret that... Because they have not only their email accounts, but they have like this...
Like secret emails
kind of secret
and everything
email
like
account,
that.
and also a super encrypted, like super secret email account that not even their wives and their assistants know about.
Or as we like to call it, AOL. Here's your 90s jokes, folk. But we don't know the contents of it. They don't speak about it, and we don't know why this is a bad thing. Yes, they are secretive, and there could be a lot of a thing of hypocrisy, their own secretiveness. But again, they're humans, so every human would want to be secretive anyway. Then Emma Watson's
especially when you're running a company.
Yeah, and then Emma Watson like this shot where it's like all these phone cameras somehow it perfectly matched that of a spotlight. But she's like, we will change this company, we will make it better, opens up this door, and then it goes to her kayaking, and she's talking to these cameras on these drones, they're all following her.
Hi.
And then we see that everything is being broadcast, and it's like, wait.
And then end credits.
Yeah, it's like, so you're saying that the whole point of this is we should have no secrets.
That everything should be public. It's like, no.
Yeah, no. That would be like if somebody offered you $10 million but every time for the rest of your life your mother got a text that you were having sex. It's like, no, there's some shit people don't need to know about. Not only that, but it would kill the human race because nobody would ever fuck ever again. Oh.
I don't know, there's some weirdos.
Yeah, porn stars. Even then, our actual intimate moments, your true intimate moments, you don't want to share with everybody.
But, she makes a big deal about, releasing this dirty little secret, and she sends it out to everyone and puts a bunch of, email and stuff up on the little laser screen thingy.
Whereas most people call it a projector.
There you go. The screen
Laser
projector
screen.
or projector screen, whatever.
Yeah, projector screen.
Whatever. I knew what the hell it was, I just couldn't remember. But anyway, she puts it all up in there, but we never actually get to find out.
Yeah, we don't know what any of it is. It's like, is it really that bad?
Yeah, I was like, maybe if we were watching this on DVD or Blu-ray or something and paused it, as we were looking at the emails, maybe kind of reading them, maybe we can have a hint, but it's like, okay.
And all that, but there's no leading up to them showing any real... Sure, they're power hungry, but no offense, he's the fucking CEO of a company. And
I would say they both have it's kind of nefarious.
They're Jeff Bezos in all essence. Hi, Jeff. Hope you're watching.
Kind of this nefarious vibe to them.
But they're not given any... They don't do anything truly nefarious. That's the problem.
Except possibly ruin this one senator's life who's investigating them. Possibly it's hinted at and then just completely dropped.
Yeah, and it never comes back up again. It's like, okay, well, did they plant evidence? I mean, what the fuck they do?
Or they dig up dirt and
but even then,
call a tip to the FBI or something.
But even then, if they dug up dirt, it's one of those things. It's a WikiLeaks issue. There, It's like, is it really that bad that they were able to find something wrong this person's doing?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not even almost a WikiLeaks. Might also be more of a. What's the name of that movie with Christian Bale and Rocket Raccoon and Amy Adams?
Oh,
It's bad I know him as Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, and oh my god, yeah, Katniss.
Yeah, American Hustle.
Yeah, I was saying Hustle.
American Hustle's a fucking awesome movie. Yeah, that movie. It's it's one of those maybe it's that, but you never get anything. You never. There's not any good showing of why this should be a good thing. There's not any showing why these guys are so super evil. It's like I said, power hungry, yes, but evil to the point where they're fucked. They will lose control of their company.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks also kind of justifies this whole transparency thing as...
That's wind. There's a storm about to come through, so it's like there's wind just beating against my window.
But...
He actually brings up a good point. It's we shouldn't have any more closed doors meetings. There shouldn't be lobbyists that are doing stuff behind everybody's backs, and we know where our Congress people stand.
Well, that's also what he justifies it as, but also one of his justifications is that he has a son who's in a wheelchair, and he can't experiencing all the things like climbing a mountain or going kayaking.
Well, that's more about the pictures and all that. And
people recording their experiences like firsthand for people like him, so who can't do that, who can't experience it. And Emma Watson's like, yeah, that seems so wrong. You know, it seems like you're stealing from someone not to record that experience for them. It's like,
yeah, I didn't get her justification or even her wording for it. Stealing experience, like, well, first off, it's like you're not stealing an experience from somebody if they never can experience it, you dumbass. And second of all, it's like, though there actually could have been something right there if Tom Hanks was talking about his son who, you know, was never going to be able to walk and he was never going to be able to. What if he didn't have a son and he was just complete utter bullshit? I mean, yes,
that may have been the deep dark secret.
I mean,
it was like, we'll never know.
Yeah, it's like there's so much they could have added to this movie that's actually only like an hour and a half long.
Watch, there's an extended cut that's going to be released eventually that explains everything.
It's still not going to be good, because I mean, still the characters still just, all the characters poorly written as hell. Yeah, we pretty much have described the plot of this whole movie now.
Yeah, we've told you the whole movie, given away the whole thing.
Yeah, and I will go ahead and say beforehand, don't go see this in theaters. Hell, this isn't even, unlike many other movies like Free Fire, I would say you wouldn't need to go see it in theaters. I'm sorry if I didn't give that to y'all people. I try to, I sometimes forget. Just because, like, it's a good movie, but it's not one of those you need to see on a big screen. It's not a, you need to go see it now because it's that fucking good. It's like, it's a decent enough movie. This is one of those movies you don't even need to see on fucking Redbox. Not even Netflix. You shouldn't even waste your time with it. It's just, it's a massive dump, is all it is. It's just, it's a pile of dookie. It's a big pile of cockadookie, as some people would call it.
You're not an angry video game nerd. Don't try to be.
So what would you give, you know, the Circle Jerk as a, you know, final score?
Well, as I was explaining to you earlier, originally, I was watching the movie, I was originally thinking, like, you know, like 4 or 5, maybe a 6.
Because Megan likes being super nice.
I'd say if I'm being super generous, being generous. And then that ending, it's like, the fuck? What the fuck? What did I just watch? What was that? What?
It kind of invalidates the whole movie.
Yeah, I was like, the movie seems like it's trying to get a debate going about technology and, not really technology, but,
technology and our privacy. Combination of
the use of technology. How it's being used. Which, like, that's a very important debate that's,
needs to be had.
Yeah. You know, it's not had often enough. Even though it seems like everyone's talking about it, but it's like we're not really saying anything about it. Seems like.
Yeah, this movie sure didn't say anything about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like, I applaud what I think it was trying to do.
That's the thing. It's hard to be happy. It's hard to try and give a movie props for something it doesn't accomplish.
Yeah, for like just like it tried to do like a pirouette. Just
hell, it didn't even try to do a pirouette. It just tried to walk through the fucking door, and somehow a truck hit it. It's like, what'd you do? How'd you get hit by Optimus? Jeez. It took Megan a second to get that joke.
No, just made me think of that trailer for the Annabelle movie.
Megan got to see me laugh really hard at something I really shouldn't have.
That first time probably won't be the last.
No, I can't help it. That trailer for Annabelle is like, she was like, oh, Annabelle!
Little girl
BAM! Hit by a fucking truck out of fucking nowhere.
You just like me jumping at one point.
Yeah. You see Annabelle's like, even face. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a little girl at this window, and you know, it's like she seems like a normal little girl, and this turns around, she got a doll face. It's like
she didn't have a doll face. She had like melty face. It's like, similar to that, somebody who had their face ran into the grill of a Chevy.
It's like,
yeah.
Okay. Kind of made me jump.
Yeah, the Annabelle trailer made me laugh way too hard. Oh, so what do you still give this thing final score?
Yeah, I was thinking about like being nice and giving it a 2. I don't know, it's like the more we talk about it, the more we kind of point out its flaws. I don't know, it's like, I'm sorry, Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. I'm going to have to give it a 1. I'm sorry, I smacked you.
Oh, you scratched me. See, that's the thing. Is like the best I can say about this movie is some of the acting's passable. None of it's good. Even it's all right. None of it are you going to remember. You're not.
Mercer wasn't. He was not too fine an actor. It's like
everything, and it sounded like he had a weird lisp at times. Like it's just shows. What'd you do, man?
It's like, what is acting?
I am acting. It's almost as bad as Ben Kingsley's performance in Blood Rain, which is hilarious. Everybody should go see it. But
I mean, not quite William Shatner bad, but
at least William Shatner has a charm. Mercer, you just want to punch him every time he's on screen. That smug, hipster-looking face, like, I just want to punch you. Maybe even kick you in the junk a few times.
Yeah, we've been talking about Mercer making a big deal about getting death threats, going up to Emma Watson's work, and making a big deal about it, and then being surprised when people are, like, filming.
Yeah, it's like, you are making a huge scene.
Yeah.
And she was wanting to...
And it's a scene that's in the trailers.
Yeah,
so.
and not only that, but she was, like, trying to get him off, like, let's go up to my dorm real quick and we'll just talk about it.
Do you ever leave here? And it's like, does that have to do with anything?
It's like, well, fuck you too, buddy. Yeah, like I said, the acting at best is passable. And that is from the big name actors. Everybody else is fucking forgettable. The whole story is actually really aggravating. And on top of everything, the point is just misses it so bad. And it's, like we've said, it's one of the worst endings ever. And this isn't even just trying to make hyperbole.
Yeah, it just veered off like Mercer's truck.
Yeah, it's just like, here,
It's like, what?
It's up there with some of the one of the worst endings I've seen for a film my entire life. I've seen Knowing. I've seen Repo Man, a movie I really like until its last 10 minutes.
I have an idea for a top 10 list. Top 10 worst endings.
Yeah, I've done it before. I've written it. Just copy paste.
Well, we can do it again. I mean, now you got some new material to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a hard one, people. It's a one because it can't go any lower. Oh, so that was a thing. Yeah. And unfortunately, we still have something we got to record. And I don't mean like we got to record like a new video, but it's the end of the month. We have to do the next movies that are coming out next month. Though, of course, I think you all can easily guess what we're seeing next week. It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to go see that. In fact, nothing else really even comes out.
No ifs, ands, buts, or coconuts. We're seeing it.
If I can, I will try. I might end up having 2 reviews. One with Megan, another with a very good friend of mine. I am going to talk with her. She's still a little on the fence about everything.
May 12th, the weekend of that, and we're seeing
King Arthur, Legend of Sword.
Amy Schumer can kiss my ass.
Yeah, I ain't seen
that movie does not look the least bit funny.
Yeah, May 19th, Alien Covenant. I'm interested. I'm still a little hesitant thanks to Prometheus. Fool me once. What's your name? I can't remember your fucking name. What's this guy's name? Ridley Scott. There we go. Bring with deep there. And May 26th, Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I'm interested. The trailers look decent. Last one wasn't the greatest movie, but it was a film.
I still have not seen that.
I'll show you Stranger Tides. Though I don't. I think this will have absolutely nothing to do with Stranger Tides.
Yeah, probably, since it's like part prequel, part sequel.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much like retelling some of
Jack Sparrow's backstory.
Yeah, and how he got to be such a pirate.
Yeah,
You're a pirate. Arr.
Yeah, it's like in the trailer. Like, I used to know Spaniard. My name is something in Spanish.
Or something in Spanish?
It's like,
well, of course, there also is like when Lace and her taking off her dress and I could see her ankle.
like,
could have seen a lot more than that if you closed your cake-o. I don't know what accent I just went with there. I was like a mixture of Scottish and Australian and a little German.
I was like, you sounded Australian.
Australian,
mate.
Australian for beer.
Good day, mate.
So yeah, don't go see The
Going to the
Circle.
shrimp brother Bobby.
Yeah, don't go see The Circle. Go see Beauty and the Beast. I think it's still at theaters. Go see Power Rangers. That's even though Power Rangers we gave a kind of almost review. It's like it's a better movie than this.
Yeah.
Oh, go see Free Fire if you can. It's a decent movie. It's like, it's not the worst thing in the world. This kind of almost is. So, yeah, next week, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In fact, I don't even know why I even opened my phone. I was like, oh yeah, I know that comes out. That comes out. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing 2 Disney movies next month. Hey, I don't mind. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 next week, everybody. Until then, go watch something other than The Circle. Go watch an actual circle jerk. It'll probably be more interesting. So, hey, I'll see you all next week, everybody. So, bye-bye.